Just going to record. Okay, so welcome. Come. So we were just talking about how we don't know how many weeks in we are, but let's call it week 5. Something like that. Come and sit on your chair. So we'll start sitting down today. We're going to spend a moment just having a peaceful moment to bring ourselves into the practice. So if you can sit nice and tall, rest your hands down wherever is comfortable, even if you want to just leave them loose by the sides, this is fine. Some people like to clasp their hands together, and that's great too. Generally, we would put the right hand inside the left hand, but don't worry too much about it. Lifting your head right up towards the ceiling, centering the head over the body, allowing the shoulders to sort of settle down a little bit, and close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that, or gaze gently downward if you prefer. First, just observe the feelings in your body. So the things your body is saying to you, areas that feel like perhaps they need a bit of TLC, any areas of stiffness or discomfort. Notice also the areas that are lighter, that are easier. Often it's the challenging things that make themselves the most known to us. So also notice those quieter areas of the body that are much softer. Oh, we've got a late arrival. Keep focusing inwards and noticing. You might also like to focus on the sorts of thoughts that you're having, the state of your mind, how you feel. Notice the sorts of things that you are thinking about, whether they be planning things or reminiscing things. Notice if your thoughts are happy. And happy is such a general term, but easy. Notice if your thoughts are perhaps turning to the things that you're finding more hard, more challenging about these times. And then turn your awareness to your breathing. Notice if your breath is easy, if it's rhythmic, if it's soft or deep. Take your awareness into your face, feel the face soften, releasing effort from the forehead, the jaw, the eyes. Then maybe gently deepen your breath. And allow the breath to lift the body. So as you breathe in, feel that you almost uncurl, you stand yourself, sit yourself taller and taller and taller as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, perhaps just softening your shoulders down, lengthening the back of the neck, releasing the effort from the face, the abdominal muscles. With each breath in, feel that the breath lifts you. Your body becomes light on your hips and your pelvis. With each breath out, softening not the lift, but the effort in the shoulders and the face. Today we're going to try to release some of the things that we are holding on to, and perhaps the things that don't serve us quite so well. And we're going to do this with our breath. So on your next breath in, a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out through your mouth, sighing. Maybe doing that a couple of times. A deep breath in. Let yourself be filled with energy and vitality and lift. And as you breathe out, let go of anything you don't need. Deep breath in. Sighing out. Last one. Deep breath in. Sighing out. And then allow your breath to fall in its natural rhythm. Notice any changes, any results from your practice. Relax again your face, your shoulders and chest. And then bringing your hands to Namaste, lifting the chest and taking the chin forward only as far as you need to get a nice feeling of length down the back of the neck between the shoulder blades, maybe across the tops of the shoulders. And find your inner smile. So now we've let go of some of those more challenging things. Perhaps there's a bubble of happiness or joy or laughter or fun that can come up from inside, find its way all the way to blossom onto the face of a smile. And when you're ready, you can raise your head, release your hands, and open your eyes. Good morning, Helen. Lovely, lovely to see you. Okay, so just staying seated because we've created that really nice feeling of being centered. We're going to move a little bit with our breath here. So just using your arms in a way that feels comfortable for you. We can start with the arms down by the side. We're going to take a deep breath in and reach the arms out. It can be forward and up or out and up. And as you breathe out, draw the palms together and just bring the palms down, making Namaste or Anjali Mudra at the center of the chest. We'll do a few like this, breathing in and up and out, maybe lifting the head if it feels good, breathing out and down, dropping the hands to the center of the chest. A little firmness in the belly, perhaps, breathing in, reaching up, lifting through the chest, the head, breathing out and down. We'll do two more. Breathing in, feel that sort of gathering of energy. Breathing out, drawing that energy down into your center. Last one. Breathing in and breathing out. Very good. We're going to breathe in, take the arms wide, and breathe out, bring the right hand across the body to the left leg or thigh or knee. Breathing in, reach the right hand a little bit further around. Hold on. Reach the left hand a little bit further around. And as you breathe out, drop that arm down, holding onto the back of the chair or the seat of the chair, just doing a really gentle twist first thing. We're going to breathe in, release the hands away, and breathe out as we come back to the center. Breathe in, reach the palms apart, the arms wide. Breathe out, take the left hand to the right thigh. Breathe in, reach the right hand back behind. Breathe out, just dropping that hand down. Staying in your twist for a deep breath in, lengthening through the crown of the head, and a deep breath out. Breathe in as you release the arms, and breathe out as you turn back to the center. We'll do the same thing again. Breathing in, stretch wide. Breathing out, right hand to left thigh. Breathing in, reach the left hand behind you. And breathing out, drop that hand down to the seat or the chair back. Breathe in, find length and twist as you exhale. Breathe in, release the hands. Breathe out, turn back to the center. Breathe in, reach the arms wide. Breathe out, left hand to right thigh. Breathe in as you reach the right hand round behind you. Breathe out as you drop the hand down to wherever you'd like to hold. Breathe in, lengthen through the crown of the head. Breathing out, maybe just a little more into your twist if it feels comfortable. Breathing in, release the hands. Breathing out, back to center. One more time to each side. Breathe in, reach wide. Breathe out, right hand to left thigh. Breathe in, move the left hand behind. Breathe out, drop that arm down. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, twist. Breathe in, release. Breathe out, back to center. Breathe in, reach wide. Breathe out, left hand to right thigh. Breathe in, reach the right hand behind. Breathe out, drop the right hand down. Breathe in, lengthen and lift. Breathe out, twist. Breathe in, release the hands. Breathe out, back to the center. Breathe in, reach the arms wide. Turn the palms, breathe out the arms down to the side. And here, just rolling the shoulders if they need a bit of a roll. Making movements with the neck if that needs a bit of release as well. And just noticing in the center if you have any feelings in the body as a result of that practice. Maybe there's a sense of having moved in the low back, which can be quite nice. We're going to sit tall with the arms down by the sides. Breathe in, lift the right arm up. Breathe out, draw your shoulder blade down your back. Slide the shoulder blade down, firm in the belly. Breathe in as you find length through the crown of the head, but don't lift your shoulder. Breathe out as you gently lean into your right side. And we're going to breathe in back to upright and breathe out as we lean into the right side. And if it feels not so good having the arm up, you can actually do this with your hand on your hip. Breathing in back to the center, breathing out, leaning to the right. We can go really nice and slowly here. And even the smallest movement can be useful. Okay, we'll do one more. And lean. Lovely. We'll come back to the center. If your arm has been up, you turn the palm, float your arm down to the side. Roll the shoulders in the center. Just notice how the body feels. And then firming a bit in the belly. Breathe in, lift the left arm up or to your hip. Breathing out, drop your shoulder down. Here, gently breathing in, lifting through the crown of the head, firming in the center. Breathing out as you lean a little to the left side. Hold on. Yes, that's right. I'm getting my lefts and rights muddled today. Breathing in back to the center and breathing out as you lean. And remembering you can do this with your arm on your hip if it's helpful. Good job. Breathing into center, breathing out, leaning to your side. Breathing in and up, breathing out, leaning to your side. Very good. We'll do one more. Almost like a little pulsing reach. And breathe into the center, turn the hand if it's up, and float the arm as you breathe out down to your side. Excellent stuff. Rolling the shoulders. And then we're going to do a gentle forward bend. First forward bend of our practice today, so really gentle. We're going to breathe in and reach the arms up to wherever's good. Just in front is fine, all the way open if you like. And as you breathe out, reach the hands forward and keep looking forward. And then if you get into a nice forward bend position, you can reach the arms down and just lengthen through the back of the neck. So the crown of the head points forward. We're going to roll the shoulder blades towards each other as we breathe in, lifting in the belly muscles. And then as you breathe out, you can slide your hands down your legs and fold a little bit further forward, only if that feels comfy. At the bottom of your movement, take a deep breath in. We're going to sigh out through the mouth here. Then we're going to tuck the chin into the chest and firm the belly muscles and roll up one vertebra at a time until we're back to sitting steady again. We'll do one more like this. So breathing in, reaching up and opening the chest. Firm in the belly, breathing out as you fold forward. So long in the back, long in the arms if you can. When you get forward, reaching the arms down and then lengthening the back of the neck so that the crown of the head points forward. Lift in your belly and then fold down, sliding the arms down the legs towards the floor, releasing the back of the neck, finding that sense of length in the back of the body. We'll take a deep breath in and sigh out through the mouth. And then chin to chest, tummy muscles really working, rolling up one vertebra at a time. You can press into the feet as well. Wonderful stuff. When you come up to sitting upright, we're going to take the arms wide as we breathe in. And as you breathe out, reach the hands back behind you. See if you can reach for your chair back. And it doesn't matter where you land. It can be the seat of the chair. Anything that opens the shoulders slightly back, draws the shoulder blades towards each other a little. See if you can keep your elbows bent here and then bring the elbows towards each other behind the body, feeling that sense of openness in the chest. And to make sure we don't create any compression, just making some small movements with your head, maybe turning the head from side to side, or gently bringing one ear towards the shoulder and the other, or making figure of eights with your nose. Do something that feels good. So if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Awesome. Then when we come to center, we're going to let the elbows relax a little bit so the shoulders can come forward a touch, and then firm in the belly, roll the shoulder blades back towards each other, bring the elbows towards each other, lift the chest and look up. Hold as you breathe in and release as you breathe out. Just to here, relax the elbows apart, let the shoulders sink a little bit forward. One more time. So firm in the belly, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, bring the elbows close together if you can behind the body. Breathe in, open the chest, looking up. Maybe you feel that sense of lift in the front of the body. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, relaxing back to neutral and just releasing the hands from the chair and letting them come forward, making any movements that feel good with the spine. Awesome. So what we've started with today is the 6 movements of the spine done in this seated position. And if you find yourself wanting to do a little bit more yoga at home, this is the perfect small practice to do anytime you've got a moment, 5 or 10 minutes to yourself. And now we're going to come up into standing. So I'm just going to put my block to one side. We'll come up into standing. Wanted to make sure that I was sufficiently far away from the camera that all of me was in. And then taking the feet nice and wide apart, we're going to have a little Kati Chakrasana after all of that movement sitting. So softening the knees, firming in the center and gently twisting from one side to the other. Really gentle to begin with. Find out how your body is feeling, particularly perhaps across the low back and the back of the hips. And then if you'd like to, you can open up the movement a little bit more to pivot on your toes. Letting your head follow the movement, finding softness in the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, the fingers. If you want to, you can create a tapping on the body with the hands. So wherever they land, or wherever you'd like to tap to stimulate the energy in the energetic system. And if you'd like to, you don't have to, of course, you can add a bend in the knees. So bend and twist, bend and twist. Bending the knees in the center, keeping the belly muscles nice and firm. If you want to, you can tap the opposite shoulder in front of you and the opposite hip behind. Really letting the arms go in between the movements. We'll do one more to each side. Then we'll let the bend go. Simply pivot on the toes. Then we'll bring our feet to steadiness. We're going to walk the feet together again this week. And keep the feet centered and the head centered, and just let the arms still rotate a little bit around our center, just for a few moments. Feel the twist in a completely different part of the spine now, which is nice. And then allowing your movement to come a little less and a little smaller until you come back to standing steady. Take your feet just a comfortable distance apart again and roll your shoulders. Very nice. It's lovely having such an enthusiastic group of yogis to work with, or yoginis. We'll go the opposite way as well. Super. And then we're going to take the fingertips onto the shoulders, keep the elbows high if you can, but just comfortable, and making small circles with the elbows. And then remembering that we need to keep a little bit of lift in the tummy muscles to be strong and safe and centered, we'll go the opposite way as well. So smallish circles today. Very good. And then very gently, just releasing the arms down to your sides, making any other movements that feel good, giving yourself a little bit of a shimmer and a shake. And we're going to do a little bit of pelvic tilting as well. So I'm turning sideways on, you don't need to, of course. With the feet maybe touch wider apart, softness in the knees, firmness in the belly, hands onto the hips, and just find a wriggle of the tailbone backwards and then tucking the tailbone under. And it helps sometimes to coordinate with your breath. So usually we breathe in when we open the front of the body, and we breathe out when we close the front of the body, because it seems to follow the natural course of the breath. And we're going to try this way, breathing in as we take the tailbone back, opening the front of the body, firm in the belly, breathing out, tucking the tailbone under, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. We'll do two more, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. And then here in the center, just allow your legs to lengthen for a moment and take a moment just to feel how the body is feeling. And then we're going to try that. I'm going to turn the opposite way just for fun, with the breath the other way around. So still with the feet wide, still with the knees nice and soft, and then with a firmness in the belly. And we'll begin by breathing in here in the center and breathe out as you stick the tailbone out and open the chest. Breathing in as you curve the tailbone under. Breathing out as you lengthen the tailbone behind you. Breathing in, tuck the tail under. Breathing out, lengthen the tailbone behind you. Breathing in, tucking under. Breathing out, tucking out. Breathing in, tucking under. Breathing out, tucking out. One more. Breathing in and breathing out. And then coming back to the center and maybe just doing a little bit of a wiggle from side to side as well. And perhaps a little stir of the hips here. If you can, find what is really natural for you. It might be that you prefer to keep your torso still and stir only your hips, and you might prefer to put more of your body into it. As long as you're firm in your center, be nice and protected. So making sure to go in both directions, swapping directions if you haven't done so already. Doesn't matter which of these variations you do. Aces. And then coming back to center. Now we're going to use our, hopefully everyone feels good, we're going to use our chairs to do a little exercise to open up the hip flexors a bit, which is quite nice. So if you spend a lot of time doing any forward motion, anything that brings the knee up to the torso or the thigh towards the torso, the hip flexors work quite strongly. And releasing them the other way can be very useful. So holding onto your chair with one hand and taking the other hand onto your pelvis. And just here at the front of the pelvis, if you lift your knee and then lower it, lift your knee and then lower it. You can feel it's almost like a rope of muscle across the top of the thigh where it connects to the torso. Let's do that on the other side as well. So hand onto the chair, lifting one knee and then lower, feeling that front of the pelvis on the opposite side, lifting and lowering. So those are the muscles we're going to try and create a little bit of length with. And we'll do this in a variety of ways. So last week we did a beautiful balance, which we will do after we've done a warrior pose, which is our first one. So facing your chair, we'll work with the right side first. We're going to lift the knee up in front of us just a touch, and then tip slightly forward and step the right foot back as far as feels comfortable behind you. As you look down, just check that you haven't stepped one foot behind the other, that they're still, the toes particularly are still hip width apart. And then we're going to leave the fingertips on the chair. If it feels comfortable, if the chair feels too far away now, you can bring your hands to your hips if you prefer. Doesn't matter which of these you choose, and you can always do one of one and one of the other. So here, firm in the belly, standing tall, we're going to inhale, and as you exhale, bend your front knee and press your back heel into the floor at the same time. So you get that sense of energy moving downward here. And then what you do next is up to you. You can remain with your hand or one hand on the chair. And if you like, you can raise your arms so you can bring the hands to Namaste, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. And if that feels comfortable, firm in the belly, strong in the legs, you can raise your arms up over your head or in front of you with the hands apart, dropping the shoulder blades down to open the chest. We're going to breathe as we hold here, just for a few moments. And then wherever your hands are, maybe bringing them to Namaste. You're going to breathe in as we step both feet to the front, and breathe out as we release the arms down to the side. Take a moment to notice the difference between the two sides of the body. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. So taking the weight now onto the right leg, lifting the left knee in front, and then stepping the left foot back a comfortable distance, making sure that the feet are not one behind the other, they're still hip width apart. Hands onto the chair if you want to, or onto your hips. Roll your shoulder blades together, bend your front knee, and press into the back heel at the same time, so you get that sense of energy moving down. And the front knee can be as bent as you like, but the toes not traveling beyond, the knee not traveling beyond the toes. Very good. So here with the hands on the hips perhaps, feeling a sense of lift in the belly, drawing the shoulder blades together. If you want to release the chair or the hands from the hips, you can bring the hands to Namaste. And we're going to, for anyone who wants to, take a deep breath in, reach the arms up, separate the hands, drop the shoulders down, still firm in your belly muscles, still pressing the heels down into the floor. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And we're going to breathe in here, breathe out as we drop the hands to Namaste. Breathe in as we step both feet to the front, breathing out the arms down to the sides. Very good. Well done, guys. Warrior poses, they're strong, but they're good. So we're going to leave the hands onto the chair and the back of the chair and just walk slightly away. So we come into the chair version of downward facing dog. Soften the knees, and here you can either wiggle your tailbone from side to side, which is quite a nice release. You can really firm up your belly muscles. You can turn your head from side to side if that feels comfortable, or it might just feel nice to bob it up and down ever so slightly. Or you can hold in the center, really lengthen your tailbone out behind you and feel that sense of openness underneath the armpits, maybe down the back and the front of the body. We'll take another deep breath in here. And a deep breath out. And then bend the knees a little bit deeper. Look up towards the chair and walk your feet in as you come up to standing again. Take a moment here. Just feel the effect of your practice. And then we're going to do pretty much the same thing again, but with a few variations. So, stepping just a touch away from the chair, you've got enough room to lift your right knee in front. Take your weight onto your left leg. Lift the right knee up and step the right foot back a comfortable distance. So you come into your Warrior One pose. This time, if you can, really pressing into the back heel, hands onto the hips. For anyone who didn't manage it last time, we're going to try for this variation. And this time we're going to let the front knee become straight as we inhale. As you exhale, bend the front knee, press into the back heel. So inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. We'll do one more. Inhaling up and exhaling into Warrior One. And then we can put our hands in as well. If you want to bring the hands to Namaste, if not, breathing in, reaching them all the way up. Breathing out as you drop your shoulder blades down, opening the chest. Deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, we're going to release the arms down to the side and simply step forward, both feet to the front. Awesome sauce. We'll do a little bit of a wriggle in the middle. It's quite a nice thing to do. And then we'll do the other side. So making sure you've got enough distance from your chair, weight onto your right leg, lift the left leg up, step the left foot back. And making sure you have the feet a reasonable distance apart, firm the belly, bring yourself up into an upright position with the hands on the hips. We're going to breathe in, lengthen both legs. Breathe out, bend your right knee. Breathe in, lengthen both legs. Breathe out, bend the right knee. Shoulder blades working. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and bend. Breathing in one more time. breathing out and bend. Here, bring the hands to your chest if you'd like to, or breathe in, reaching the arms all the way up, breathing out the shoulder blades down, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Then if you'd like to, you can breathe in, release the hands as you breathe out and step your feet to the front. Release the arms, make any wiggles that you need to wiggle. And just take a moment to let go. So here, in your Tadasana position, your mountain pose, take a deep breath in and then sigh out through the mouth. We'll do one more like that. Deep breath in. Very good. Okay, so I promised you a little bit of hip flexor action. We're going to do that again, or do sort of following on from where we were. So this time, having your left hand on your chair back, left foot a reasonably a distance from the chair, but so you can remain upright. We're going to take the right foot behind us so that the toe is on the floor. We just get the beginnings of sort of a nice open curved position in the front of the right pelvis. And then we'll take the right hand up, breathing in, reaching up. And as you breathe out, draw your shoulder blade back and down. See if you can open your hand a little bit back behind you. If not, out to the side works really well here as well. Okay? So here we're going to firm in the center, find the lift through the crown of the head, and as you lift through the crown of the head, maybe opening the chest slightly back, maybe you can float your right foot off the floor. And if you float your right foot off the floor, maybe you can reach your right hand a little bit further back. Breathe deeply. You can keep a softness in your standing knee. And as you exhale, float your right foot down, your right arm back to center, and release that hand and the foot back underneath the body. Observe how you feel on the different sides of the body. It's quite a strong opening if we can get that just the right position for us. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So this time with your right leg, your standing leg, your right hand on your chair. Slide your left foot back behind you so the toes are on the floor. Firm in your belly and reach your left hand up so that the hand can either go up or out to the side, but so that the hand maybe comes slightly behind you if possible. In forward is just fine too. You're going to roll the shoulder blades down, lift in the belly, find lift as we inhale and then open, lifting the back leg off the floor, reaching the hand and the foot backwards at the same time if you can. Deep breath in. Softness in your standing knee. Deep breath out. One more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, float your left foot down, your left hand down. Slide your feet back underneath you. Very, very good. Okay, definitely need a bit of a wriggle after that one. So let's do another standing forward bend. Walk your feet away from you. Coming back into your chair down dog. Really lifting in the belly muscles, gently swaying the hips from one side to another. Or you can simply lengthen out here, or lengthen and fold if you prefer. Take a deep breath in. Sigh out through the mouth. It's nice to do that in postures sometimes. One more time, deep breath in. Sigh out through the mouth. And then look towards your chair seat and just breathing normally, come back into standing. Release the arms down to the sides. I'm going to turn to face you, but we're going to just gently wriggle through our hips a little bit here. So snake hips and going the opposite way as well. Maybe just doing a little few turns and twists. just as we did at the beginning of the class. And so the posture that we've just done, this sort of floating open posture, is good for balancing, but it's also very much a back bend. And sometimes that leaves us feeling that we've got a little bit of effort in the low back. And if that's the case, we can do a undulation of the spine. So standing with your feet a comfortable distance apart, we're going to reach the arms wide as we inhale, looking up, firm in the belly. And as you exhale, imagine you're reaching around a big ball in front of you. You're just curling forward a little bit, a draping forward bend. Breathing in and opening. Firm in the belly, firm in the pelvic floor. Breathing out and reaching forward and just curling a little bit forward. Breathing in and opening. Breathing out and curling a little bit forward. This time we're going to breathe in and open. Breathe out and let the arms come down to the side. Then we're going to roll up and down, articulating each vertebra of the spine individually, or as individually as possible, on the way up and the way down. So we'll begin. This nice wide stance is quite nice for stability here. We want to really be very aware of the tummy muscles and the pelvic floor working. Start by breathing in as we stand tall, and then breathing out. Draw the chin towards the chest, and as the chin gets towards the chest, feel the shoulders coming forward. Scoop the belly in. Allow the hands to drape a little bit more forward. Soft knees, making sure the knees are nice and bent. The fingertips can creep down the legs to wherever feels comfortable as a standing forward bend. And it can be quite drapey. If you need the support of your chair, you have it close by. You can bend your knees as deeply as feels comfortable and drape yourself as far forward as feels comfortable. Try to let the back of the neck be nice and passive. And then we'll come up. So firm in your belly muscles. Bend your knees a little bit deeper. Press into your feet and imagine you're stacking the vertebra of your spine, one on top of the other, as you uncurl, head hanging, shoulders stacking on top of the spine, and then head stacking on top of the shoulders. Everyone okay with this one? So if that doesn't suit you, don't do it again. But if it did suit you, we'll do it one more time. So standing tall, firm in the belly, releasing the chin towards the chest, and when it comes as far forward as it can, then releasing the shoulders forward, letting the arms hang, scooping the belly in, squeezing the buttocks maybe just a touch, bending the knees, finding yourself gradually draping towards the floor. When you get into your forward bend, just taking a moment, and then to come up, really scooping the belly in again, bending the knees and stacking the vertebrae one at a time. Squeezing the buttocks really helps here too, really helps for stability. Let the shoulders stack on top of your straight spine and your head stack on top of your shoulders. Very good. Well done, guys. Okay, here ends the moving and shaking part of the lesson. You can come back onto your seat. And you've done very well today. That seems like it was going to start and be a nice, gentle, seated class, and then we did all of those shenanigans. Oh, sorry. No, not at all, not at all. So for this practice, we're going to do a breathing first, and then do relaxation. So you might want to start towards the edge of your seat so you're lifted tall, or you might be ready, your back might be ready for you to just lounge in a way that feels comfortable. So whether that be sitting back into the seat, or whether you'd like to take your relaxation position on the sofa ahead of time, that's all good. Because it doesn't, for the breathing, being comfortable and relaxed is also very good. Wherever you are, see if you can create length in your body so that you've got plenty of room to breathe into. And we're going to do 2 different breaths. So the first breath we're going to do is the lion breath. This is the one where we stick our tongues out and roll our eyes into the tops of our heads. And I am never sure about doing this in front of people because but you guys don't need to worry. You're not on the video. So we'll take our hands onto our thighs. And when we come into lion's breath, we're going to stretch our fingers forward and bring them to the front of our knees, if possible. And then release as we exhale. Oh, sorry, as we inhale. And so for this breath, as you exhale, your tongue will come as far out of your mouth as you can make it go, comfortably, without strain. And we'll lean slightly forward with the fingers in front. And then we look up and roll the eyes as far up, or you can cross the eyes if you want to, as far up as you can. So I'll demonstrate, which will give you a good laugh, and then we can do some together. Okay, so I'll start by breathing in. And then as I breathe out, and it's quite a forceful exhalation, and you will look like a ninny, but it's really good to release challenging emotions and things that get stuck in the back of the throat, in the tongue. And of course, the tongue is connected to that fascial train that comes all the way through the front of the body. And so it helps us to release tension from that whole fascial train. So we'll do it. We're going to do 3 of these. Don't worry for timings. So we'll begin by sitting tall and breathing in. And when you're ready to breathe out, bring yourself forward, stretch your fingers forward, stick your tongue out and lift your eyes up and your head up. Breathing in as you sit back, maybe take a couple of deep breaths. When you're ready for number 2, after breathing in, stretch forward, tongue out, eyes up, head up. That's lovely. Take another couple of deep breaths, and we'll do just one more. So in your own time. And release. And take a moment with the eyes closed, and maybe feel how it feels down the neck, underneath the jaw, into the top of the chest. Maybe you feel, I don't know what you feel, maybe you feel a touch of easing of something you've been hanging on to. And then when you're ready, you can flutter your eyes open. And we'll balance that sort of very dynamic, almost forceful breath with something called bamboo breathing. Bamboo breathing. I don't know if it's actually called that, that's just what I call it. So in this breath, we breathe in one breath, at one part, so one continuous inhalation. And then as you breathe out in parts. And so you just take a little breath, part of your breath out and pause, part of your breath out and pause, part of your breath out and pause, and then breathe everything that you've got left out. And it might be that you only get 2 pauses or 1 pause, it doesn't matter. So we're just extending the exhalation part of the breath a little. So I'll maybe demonstrate this one. So you breathe in, sitting really nice and tall. I like to use Chin Mudra for breathing. And then as you breathe out, it's breathing out and pause, out and pause, out and pause, breathing everything out. There's almost like a slight slumping as you do that. You don't have to do slumping. If you can, stay upright. So we'll do a few rounds of this together, and everyone will have their own rhythm. So when you're ready, you can close the eyes or gaze gently downward. Find a sense of lift in the body. Take a deep breath in. And then release gently and pause. Release and pause. Release and pause. And release. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and pause. Exhale and pause. Exhale and pause. Exhale. A deep breath in. Let your breath out and pause. Breathe out and pause. Breathe out and pause. Breathe everything out. I realise that speaking quietly doesn't work on this microphone. So I'm going to let you continue with a few moments of practicing in this way, a few rounds of breath. See if you can keep your shoulders and face nice and relaxed. Make this breath your last breath for this practice. And then at the end of your breath, just allowing your breath to fall into its natural rhythm, finding a touch of silence if it has been audible, softening the features of your face and becoming aware of the effect of your practice. When you feel ready, you can move yourself maybe a touch back into your chair or adjust your position for relaxation. Keeping your body as quiet as possible as you do. Find a sense of release in the back of the body, maybe in the tummy muscles a little. Find somewhere comfortable for your hands to be, so your shoulders can relax. Center your head over the body. We've just done a lovely breath practice, but if you need to, you can take a deep breath in and sigh out through the mouth. And then allow your breath to fall into its natural rhythm and fall away into silence. Allow your forehead to find softness. The area around your eyes relax and your mouth, tongue, and jaw release. Today, I'd like you to imagine a butterfly. You can make your butterfly any size or shape or color. Maybe spend a moment picturing it in your mind. If you find it more challenging to make a picture in your mind, maybe bring to mind the sound of gentle fluttering wings, such as a butterfly would make. This butterfly that you've created is going to
relax every part of the body that it touches. So begin by allowing your butterfly to land on the top of your head. And just briefly, as it lands there, feeling it like a magic touch, like a kiss, softening and releasing the skin of the scalp, the tension from across the head, around the forehead. And then let your butterfly come and land on your right shoulder. Imagine your butterfly there, softening the shoulder, the right arm, the elbow, the wrist, the hand, the fingers, all with its light touch on your right shoulder. Allow your butterfly to flutter to your left shoulder. Allow its touch to soften the shoulder, the left arm and elbow and wrist and hands and fingers. Allow the butterfly to flutter and land on the center of your chest. Feel that touch of relaxation, softness, release, spreading across the center of the chest, at the back of the body from the center of the back, all through the upper body. Allow the butterfly to land around your navel, softening the effort, relaxing the tummy, the areas down the side of the body, at the back of the body. Allow the butterfly to land on your right hip or at the top of your right leg. Feel this hip, buttock, and leg becoming heavy, releasing downward, softening the muscles of the leg, the knee, allowing release to come to the ankle, the foot, and the toes of the right leg. Allow your butterfly to flutter over to your left hip, your left leg. Feel the softening of the left buttock, the left hip, the left thigh. A relaxing, releasing heaviness coming into the knee, the left ankle, left foot, left toes. And now that the whole body is released, softened, allow your butterfly to flutter away. Maybe send it to somebody who needs a little bit of TLC. Someone it can help by softening their tension, releasing their effort. And now with your whole body relaxing, simply allowing your breath to fall into a deep, natural rhythm. Enjoying this moment of silence and peace, stillness and tranquility. Gently deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back into your hands and your feet. Maybe rolling your hands at your wrists, wiggling your fingers, lifting and releasing your heels or wiggling your toes. When you feel ready, take a long, deep breath in, stretch the arms. Oh, maybe yawning to stretch the face. Oh, stretch the legs if you'd like to. Keeping your eyes gently closed. You can bring your hands to Namaste. It seems that our roosters, Big Bob, Thunderpants, and Hey Hey, have been competing, so I'm not sure if your peace and tranquility has been disturbed by their crowing. But here we will lift the chest, take the chin towards the chest, and see if we can find again that bubble of laughter or joy or happiness from within, and allow it to come all the way up and blossom onto the face as a smile. When you're ready, raising your head, releasing your hands, opening your eyes, or not releasing your hands, opening your eyes. And then we will say, Namaste. Namaste, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice.
Okay.